Khan. The book of Nahum, chapter 3, verses 1 through 4. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. Khan. And there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakapadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessings and much salutation to the Lord's hopeful elect who continue to push this gospel throughout the whole entire earth, wherever ye have been scattered in these last days. To you I say Shalom, Akim, Shalom. Statue of Liberty falls in Brazil. Statue of Liberty falls in Brazil. A major sign has taken place in the earth. See, the Lord got a way of doing these things, man. All right? It's a tall tale sign of the economic fall of America, aka Babylon the Great, and utterly being nuclear burned by fire. It's an omen. All right? Matter of fact, let me get that, man. All right? Beautiful signs, man. All right? Beautiful signs in the earth, man, that the Lord is doing, man. All right? Remember, it says it in the 18th chapter of Revelation that the nations are going to stand afar off and shall see the smoke of her torment. So even with this statue falling down, all right, all nations have seen this. And people are all across the world writing comments, doing all videos, stories on it or whatever have you, okay? Talking about this event of America falling. And we've been prophesying this, man. America will reach 250 years next year, all right, on July the 4th, as they allegedly have established their independence, all right, through those French and Revolutionary Wars that are spoken of in the 17th chapter of Revelations, man. Okay, they're going to celebrate 250 years next year. Great and heavy judgment is coming to Babylon the Great. This is an omen. The definition of omen. An omen is a sign, event, or phenomenon believed to foreshadow future happenings, often interpreted as a message from the divine or supernatural. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Matter of fact, let me get that, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I'm going to get that article, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. In verse 5 and 6. Start at verse 1, man. Let's go. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. As America is just 38, roughly finna eclipse $40 trillion of debt. Now I've been seeing articles on the European Union. The things that they're about to do leading into 2026 will cause an economic crash unlike the world has ever seen. Okay? Not just in America, but it's going to be a global crash. The fall of America is going to be hard. As the Lord has just lifted up this place, all right, America being great, okay, the crash is going to be even harder. The Bible says it shall fall and never rise again. Speaking of America, we're measuring the time diligently. This is a powerful omen that is just happening, man. That has just happened today. All right? It says, and when thou seest, we're seeing it happen. The Lord is destroying America economically, which will cause civil unrest. It will cause civil war. It's going to cause the greatest famine this world has ever seen. All to set up a digital ID and the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That word visit means what? To judge, plead, punish. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, it's not that happening? You've had a lower scale of earthquakes that have happened in Louisiana in the last 2 weeks. Lower scale, like a 3.2. Not far from where I'm at in Baton Rouge. About an hour, 45 minutes, give or take a few. 45 minutes to an hour, going toward New Orleans. You've had 4 in 4 days in California. Look it up. It's on endtimesheadlines.org. All right. Matter of fact, the same article that I'm going to read from. All right. The same article that I'm reading from, or will read from, is on this same page, man. All right. When you go to home and you scroll down and you look at all the prophetic events taking place in the earth, you're going to see that. Okay? Let's prove that, man. All right? Let's prove that real quick. All right? All this down. Should be coming up. There it is. All right? It is right there. Earthquakes. Earthquakes. Swarm strike California for 4th day as officials raise chance of the big one. Yeah, man. Okay? That's right, man. Okay? Yep. Here you go. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end. All empires have fallen. You can start from the Egyptians, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, Greek, the Persian captivity, the Roman captivity, all in between, you know, the Ptolemaic dynasty, the Seleucid dynasty, all right, to this current empire right here, America, Babylon the Great, all have fallen. They had a beginning, and they had that great run at the beginning, and then it ended. America's circling the drain and will follow that same path. All right? It's the last verse. I'm going to get into the article. It states, 2 Corinthians 9 and 6, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. A major sign in the earth, man. All right? Let's read it, man. All right? Let's get that, man. All right? You can see it right here on this picture. All right? That's the fall of Babylon the Great. It's over with. This place is done. See, this video, this could be a 2 or 3 part series or one video can go for damn near 2 hours, man. All right, just going into breaking down of chapters in Revelations, Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. All right, Nahum, okay. It says 115-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty is toppled during a storm in Brazil, and some see it as a harbinger. A harbinger, man. All right, get that, man. All right, we look up words over here, Great Millstone. Okay, get you to, visualize and see it clear. Okay, you get your understanding through these things. Okay, taking a little while to load. Bear with me. All right, may have to connect to the Wi-Fi. Ain't nothing but Satan now. Let's do the Wi-Fi. All right, should connect a little faster now. Harbinger, man. Pretty much the same thing as an omen. All right, for a shadow of things to come. All right, America will eventually fall. All right, physically, man, and all hell is gonna break loose, man. And they're gonna usher in this great reset as they've been talking about. Okay, harbinger, a person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another. This harbinger right here is gonna signal the demise of Babylon the Great with the falling of this statue, man. All right. It says a powerful storm in southern Brazil recently sent a towering replica of the Statue of Liberty crashing to the ground, an event that quickly went viral and ignited widespread debate for beyond the site of the collapse. It collapsed like this physically, all right, with this damn statue, and America's gonna collapse physically, man. All right, real quick. Let's go to Zephaniah. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's in Zephaniah. Yep, Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. The greatest crash that mankind has ever seen will happen, all right, in our lifetime. Far worse than in 1929 during the Great Depression. But this time, whether it happens through a cyber attack, all right, some other way, shape, or form, okay, we don't know how. We just know it will come to pass as a prophecy, as it has it written, man. We don't give a damn how it happens. We just need it to happen. You're going to usher in a whole new system, digital. Everything will be lost. Jacob or the IRS, wiped out. Back taxes, wiped out. Child support, wiped out. It's no document or records of anything, man. Going to reset everything. Eventually, everything is going to be in a small grain of rice and going to be put inside of the hand. All right? And forehead. All right? Man, it's just beautiful times, man. The Bible says when you begin to see these things, then look up for your redemption draweth nigh. All right? What a time to be in this truth, man. Be alive and be in this truth. Okay? While officials describe the incident as a result of severe weather and structural vulnerability, nah, that ain't what it is. They're gonna say that. All right, guys who in construction and whatever like this is, they're gonna blame it on the wind, or global warming. All right, nah, it's the Lord doing this, man. All right. The Bible says, doesn't a sparrow bird hit the ground unless the Lord have sanctioned it? All right. And the chariots, the Alahayim, our brothers, all right, did this. Okay? Yeah. Many viewers around the world interpreted the dramatic imagery as something more than a freak accident, seeing it instead as a symbolic omen of America's weakening influence and uncertain future. Because we're spiritual men, man. All right? Matter of fact, see, people are saying that. I'm going to hold that precept because I got some more I'm going to get. All right? Let me get this real quick. Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver, and flee. Like, people are literally fleeing out of America right now. That's all over the internet, whether it be on YouTube or TikTok. But for the men of the Lord, all right, the Israelites, all right, you come out of Babylon, out of the ways of this place, out of the whoredom, the sorcery, the witchcraft, as I read in Nahum, being a murderer, being a liar, committing adultery. You flee out of Babylon spiritually that way. Okay? And you pray that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah or come lift you up to be up on his chariot, man. That's what you're praying, and that's what we're praying and hoping for mercy. And through mercy in the Lord's wrath, the Lord spare us. Because the Bible says the righteous shall scarcely make it out, man. Okay? Revelation 18th chapter is a beautiful disaster of Babylon the Great America. Okay? Flee out of the midst of Babylon, Jeremiah 51 and 9, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity and all of the sins that America continues to do, promoting the LGBT. That's a sin unworthy of death. But the back of the dollar bill says, in God we trust. Get the hell out of here, America. The so-called white man is the liar, the devil. He's a deceiver, the father of lies. Here it is, the president upon his inauguration literally reads out of the Apocrypha. Out of the Apocrypha, the KJV. But goes against everything, man. A hypocrite. All right? And how he is how this place America is. All right? Just along with them tiny hats over there in our land over there in Israel, man. Same man. Same man. It's not one man as a Christian church. It's not no damn Antichrist. It's a nation of Edomites, people, men who come up under different names, the Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. All right? The DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers. All right? The Illuminati, the Skull and Bones, the Masonry, the Trilateral Commission. I go on and on. All right? For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. With that 115-foot Statue of Liberty falling, it's the time of the Lord's vengeance. Lord finna bring great judgment to Babylon the Great. It's that time. Isaiah 47. All right? He will render unto her a recompense for all the things they have done to the Lord's people, which are the biblical Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord gonna pay them back. It's the land of the free, home of the brave. Nah, this is the bloody city, as I read in the book of Nahum. It's also in the book of Habakkuk. This is woe to the bloody city. This is the home of slaves, home of lies, the valley of the shadow of death, as the Bible calls it, man. America, that is. All right? Jeremiah 51 and 7, behold, Salaka, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Yep. Yeah, because anything you want, you can get over here in Babylon. Anything you want to do, you can get over here in Babylon the Great. Anything you want to say, you can do it over here in Babylon the Great. Okay? Now they're trying to crack down on it, the things you can say, all right? Because too much information is going out. America's being exposed. The so-called white man is being exposed. The Bible says, then shall that wicked be revealed via the prophets. This place is falling down because of the men of the Lord, particularly great millstone. With that statue falling is just an omen that this word is just that powerful, more powerful than a hydro or hydrogen bomb, a nuclear warhead. All right, Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly, Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken through the philosophies, all right, the abominations, all right. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. For the formation of the BRICS nations. They're sick of America's shit. You're always invading, sticking your nose in other people's business, invading lands. Now you're about to get attacked from all sides. And that's in Revelation the 17th chapter also. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. If so, if was a fifth, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. It's no, Trump can say, to make America great again, all he wants, and try to, keep this propaganda going. This word is crushing that. And they know it. That's why he's coming down with great wrath. Esau Edom. Because he see this kingdom just slipping out of his hand, man. And this is a powerful omen that has happened in the earth, man. All right? A great sign, man. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Remember that word she now, all right? Forsake her and let us go. Everyone into his own country. That's in Isaiah 13th chapter. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. All right? The Arabs are going to go back to their own land. As the decline of America continuously happens daily. And let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven. It says the same thing in the 18th chapter of Revelation. And is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord has had enough. That's it. All right. You did everything. All right. You went. The Bible says the Lord set boundaries which you can't pass. So Esau has reached that boundary, and that's it. Now the man wants to go all on Mars, different planets. All right. Trying to put rovers on Mars. Trying to say he found sperm on Mars. Elon Musk said that. Okay. Got global satellites all over the earth. The so-called white man has fucked this place up, man. The Bible says wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Through who? Through the so-called white man. Esau, Edom, America, and them small hats over there in Israel, man. That's why the Lord is going to nuke this place, America, and nuke the land of Israel and the people. Because the people inhabit the land, you're going to get that judgment. You are elements. 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, you are elements. People are elements, as well as these buildings, cars, etc., etc. All that's going to be melted with fervent heat. Okay? Let me get some more of that article, man, because there's more meat I want to get in that thing. All right? It says video footage of the collapse spread rapidly across social media, where millions viewed the clip within hours, while many reacted with shock or dark humor. Ooh, a very dark time for America, man. A significant portion of commentators framed the moment in symbolic terms. The Statue of Liberty, even in replica form, is one of the most recognizable emblems of freedom, democracy, and American ideals. Seeing it toppled, especially during a storm, struck many as unsettlingly and deeply metaphorical. The book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials. Vials represents what? Plagues, pestilence, okay? Evils, all right? death. All right, that's what it represents. And talk with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore. Remember I read about that word she or her in Jeremiah the 51st chapter. It's the same thing here. The Lord, John wrote this and likened this place as to a whore, all right, a harlot who sleeps in bed with America slept in bed with all other nations. I'm finna prove that, okay? All right, Salaki. That sit up upon many waters. You got the literal Statue of Liberty that sit up upon waters. And the waters represents the people also, all right? It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Who's one of these kings? China, which is located where? In the eastern part of Asia. Second Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 46. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. You are partaker means to what? You've been in league together. You've done dirt together. All right? This your partner in crime, America. Okay? Yeah. Woe be unto thee. The Lord gonna get you too. China, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. There go that word her again. And hast decked thy daughters in whoredom. And they got all kind of porn, like America has porn shops on every corner. China does the same thing. Hell, China, the president of China wears suit and ties just like Donald Trump does. Liking themselves like to her. Yep. That they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. These nations have always desired to want to be like America, man. All right? Yeah, man. Okay? You can find all nations over here in America. This is a great melting pot. You can find I'm talking about all 18 nations are right hand Babylon the Great for their judgment right now in these last days. All right? It's the last little bit right here. All right, hold on real quick. It was one particular part I wanted to get. Let me get one right quick. All right. There it is. All right. Con. Uh-oh. Some suggested it reflected moral, political, or cultural decay in the United States, while others likened it to historical moments when the fall of monuments coincided with the decline of empires. Ooh. See, people are upon this, man, particularly more Edomites than it is Israelites, man. Okay? Or more Americans than it is so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Real talk, man. What the Bible says, the children of this world are wiser than the children of the light. This Acts chapter 2 and verse 17, and it shall come to pass in the last days, which we're in, okay, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. That's why people are saying things like this. All right, as a statue falls, it symbolically, metaphorically represents the decline of an empire. The Lord has poured out his spirit upon people to see this. And also when you read it talks about what? Visions, dreams, okay? In that same passage, man. All right? Here we go. It says, while no official count exists, the sheer volume of the commentary interpreted the collapse as an omen that indicates that tens of thousands, if not more, openly framed the event as a harbinger of America's potential downfall. It's over with, man. Over with, man. Major sign, bro. All right? Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right? Lord did it that way, and he finna do it in a big way, in a major way. All right? You're going to see it, man. All right? Yeah. Revelation 18:1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily, and it ain't talking about crying, all right? Not with literal tears coming down his face, all right? It's giving an order, okay? Cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every clean and hateful bird. When America goes completely down through nuclear fire, you will have what? Wild beasts of the desert, ravens, crows, okay? All kind of locusts and all this terrible creatures, man, inhabiting this place, America. That's what we're talking about in that verse right there. Let's jump down, all right? Because this is one of my favorite chapters. It's a beautiful disaster of America right here. It says, verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, as it says in Jeremiah 51, and Yahweh Shai hath remembered her iniquities. The Lord got all that stored, and everything that has gone on, that you've done to the Lord's people, the Israelites, the biblical Israelites, and across the world. You've done it all. The Lord got it in remembrance, and the Lord finna let you be judged by that, man. Okay? Because what the wages of sin is what? Death. All right? It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, the cup that you gave was what? Slavery. All right? Captivity, death. All right? And all things else included into it. You warn us out physically. The Bible says he shall wear out the saints. You've done all that. You're about to pay for it. The Lord does deal with balance, man. He's just. It says, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. I'm going to give you double for that. America gets double, and Esau Edom. Okay? How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. America has lived deliciously, while the Israelites have what? Been starving. All right? Been struggling. Been dying. Still to this day. We're yet this day in our captivity, man. All right? So much torment and sorrow give her. Well, I read about that in Nahum, man. All right? For she hath, so much death is come. For she hath said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's what America has been on top for so long. Like the guy said on that movie, Titanic. But this ship can't sink. And what happened? That ship ended up sinking. America's that same way, metaphorically. As it says in Obadiah, who shall bring me down? America doesn't see no end in sight. Okay? Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her. Giving all infinite honor and glory and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakapadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessing to the Lord's hopefully elect who continue to push this gospel wherever ye have been scattered in these last days. Abba Ball, Kwam Yashala, Shalom, Akim Shalom. Go look at that article, man. Go get it. Read it for yourself. Major sign, man. Major sign. Shalom, Akim.